No good.
Waste of time.
You look tired.
I'm tired of stupid twonks who can't understand how big the film industry's gonna be.
Is it?
Oh, come on, Maud, not you. I've had a right
Well,
day.
face it, Arnie, is it?
Oh, do me a favour, love. I've never been this close to something big.
Then why are we always lurching from crisis to crisis? Why is there never enough money?
Well, that is why. Because there is never enough money. We've been undercapitalised from the word go. Let's face it, I started this company on shoe leather and string. We had one asset. That was my ability to talk the arse off of anybody that asked awkward questions. Well, I'm running out of spit.
Well, no one could have tried harder.
Tried harder? Dude, what? What's that? A bleeding epitaph?
Hmm?
Not Arnie Cole, lady. I'm not going down as a trier. I'm going down as a bleeding winner.
Hold it! I know it's the 12th time, but we need some snap from you troopers.
All right, get these slovenly people back on their marks.
Now listen, you slovenly people. You can't go wandering about. You must stay inside the sight lines.
Snap at their heels a bit, Hector.
Why do you stay in that musty hotel? There's no need for you to stay in that musty hotel.
It has every inconvenience.
Oh, you could move into the house.
I'm not house-trained.
Acres of room.
It wouldn't seem that way.
Oh, don't be tiresome, Gilbert. I'll have your things moved.
Ready, Mr. Agenda?
Gwen, darling, I know this is the 12th time, but I need to see an expression of agitated concern. They're hauling your life away! Please try. Turn the camera.
From the top.
Now, Mr. Magenta, she's not even ready.
She will be. Turn the camera. We're waiting, Gwen.
I'm not ready.
This what you're looking for?
Where did you find that?
First, the expression. Give me the expression.
I can't.
Yes, you can!
Let me see it. Emptiness and despair.
That should do very nicely. Get it? Yeah. Did you get it?
Yes.
5 minutes breather, everybody. God knows you've earned it.
Max, Arnie's on his way.
Oh, right.
All right.
No!
Fine.
Oh, sod it, we'll have to do it again.
You lost a lot of speed, do you know that?
I don't need any advice from you. I'll find all the speed I need.
Not in a bottle, you won't, Corky. You keep your nose stuck in that bottle and you're going to be on the slide, right? And that's really great timing, isn't it? That's all I need on top of everything else. The comic falling to pieces.
Just leave the comedy to me.
Go straight in. It'll only take a minute.
You want to see me sport?
Oh! What was that for?
What the hell for?
What do you think they're for? I'm gonna knock 7 colours of poop out of you, and if you're not wearing them, I might damage that pretty little face of yours. And unfortunately, I need it in front of a camera, so put them on.
All right.
I'm waiting, boy!
Boy? If there's one thing that gets up my nose, it's people calling me boy.
Know just how you feel.
You're going to regret this, Mr. Cole. I see this on the school team.
Yeah, I've done a bit myself. Keep your guard up. It's because you're a leading man. Don't leave me a bleeding shin.
Can I see Mr. Cole? Looks like he's busy at the moment.
You've been freewheeling all your life, Winslow. Just like me. You've been freewheeling through my bleeding picture, and that won't do. If we don't make something of this crazy business, we have got to put some elbow behind it, right? So don't be a pain up the arse. You pull your weight, right? Listen, I'll give you a little tip. Get your head screwed on, and you will find that work is more fun than play. You're on the threshold, don't you understand? The whole world is wide open. Yeah. You're gonna listen to me in future?
Yeah, I'm going to listen in future.
I'm glad of that.
It's going to be too damn laborious to go through this every time.
You know something? For a leading man in an action picture, you're in diabolical condition.
Oh, you're a lunatic.
Yeah, helps in this business. What do you want?
Nothing, Mr. Cole.
Not now, Vi. Come on.
How dare you burst in here like this? Don't you touch me!
Sit down.
Look at you. Huh. You're a mess.
I've got reason, lady. What's your excuse?
Don't you talk to me like
Oh,
that.
give it a rest, will ya?
You'll hear from my solicitors.
Look, just shut up. You've had the floor ever since you bleatin' got here, lady.
Call the police.
Shut up! Open your mouth one more time and I'm gonna stuff something in it, like a small wardrobe. When I think of the money that you've cost us.
That's the trouble with you. You think everything comes down to money.
And you think it don't?
In the theatre, we have other criteria.
Oh, don't give me all that in the theatre crap.
An art form unlike your seedy little flickers.
Don't give me that art form bollocks either. I've been there. 2 hours of arseache, especially when it thinks it's being an art form.
I should never have agreed to appear in your tedious, two-dimensional little mime. That was a mistake.
My feelings exactly.
Dare you talk to me like that? I have a position in the theatre.
Underneath the juvenile lead, I know the system. Fine if it works for you.
How dare you?
Listen, lady, don't blame us because of Winslow. We've done everything bar truss him up and deliver him ready for the oven.
I won't listen to any more of this.
Well, he's got a point. If he don't fancy you, I'm not going to push him anymore. I've gone as far as I'm going to go for you.
And I played my last scene for you.
It looks like we can't finish the film anyway.
Not with me, Grant.
We've run out of money. You've wiped us out.
You owe me my fee.
You're going to have to scratch for it, like the rest of the creditors, aren't you?
I don't wish to hear your petty problems.
Well, listen, you're going to put a lot of people out of work.
Spare me the details.
Members of your own profession.
Film people.
Boy, listen. They work for peanuts. For as long as it's light. Every day. And then you come along with your inflated salary. And the only performance we ever get out of you is your bitching about how bleeding superior you are.
I hate your filthy new business. Those horrible lights. They're merciless. Every bloody wrinkle shows. When he kisses me, her lips and teeth are blue. Don't you understand? He turns away from me. I used to be beautiful. This hideous makeup! I look so old.
Yeah, listen, they're not Turkish or Egyptian or tincture of bleating violets, but go on, have one. Yeah, listen. There's a car here when you want to go home, all right? Okay.
You took some finding.
What's she doing here?
Oh, that's very nice. Good evening to you, too.
Couldn't find you. Thought you might be with her.
He's never been anywhere near. Think I got the lousy plague.
When she knew I was looking for you, she tagged on, didn't she?
Oh, that's very nice. Just like old times.
Yeah, well, it didn't work out, that's all. Part I had in mind for you.
Surprise, surprise. Should have known.
Is this what you're planning to do? Get tight?
Yeah, that was the idea. We've been working steadily at it.
How long you been drinking, then?
I'll tell you something. It's not a good night to get tight. I've been working steadily at it for hours. Look at it. Nothing.
It's not good to drink alone.
You call this drinking alone? Listen, I'll get you to see your own glasses.
What?
Me knees.
What's he doing?
My knees are gone. It's all right. It's just my legs are gone.
Can't take him home in this state.
Oh, take him to my place.
Grab the bottles. Grab the bottles.
Right, I've got the bottle.
Look at that. Prime of life. My bleeding legs are gone.
He needs a good night's kit. Why don't you leave him here?
His wife sent me out to look for him.
Well, then you go home and tell her he's all right.
She'll want to know where. This won't be her favourite place.
Well, tell her he passed out and you put him into an hotel somewhere.
I'm not good at lying to her.
You never had any problem lying to me, either of you. Look, why don't you leave him here? You think it's the first time I've looked after him all night? You think he needs a chaperone? What do you think I'm going to do when your back's turned?
It's not the old days anymore, Letty. It's a new game with different people.
Well, we'll let him decide, shall we? He brought me back. Arnie? Arnie, tell him.
I've been thinking.
What?
Well, if we use what we've shot already and then go straight into the ending, we'll save a complete reel of film.
That means that much less money to raise.
Right. And it'll still be a biggish picture, wouldn't it?
What are you talking pictures for?
That's what we do, isn't it?
Well, what else is it?
It's you and me.
Love's young dream. The con man and the concubine. Leave off.
I was always straight with you, Arnie.
Oh, come on, Letty. You were getting your bonnet rattled rigid from that stand-up comic. You think I didn't know where those lousy jokes was coming from?
If we're going to start counting heads. Arnie, what did you bring me back for, then?
Tell her, Arnie. For Christ's sake, tell her, man.
All right, listen. All you would have had to do was act being an actress. I had this little manker I was taming. I was lining him up for you.
What?
His own little actress. You would have had him popping out of his socks.
You bastard.
Bastard! Hold on!
Bastard!
Listen! You'd have only had to lead him on for a little bit.
How do you know that?
Well, listen, I think he'd have treated you all right.
You think?
Well, what do you want to do? Stay behind a bar all your life?
All these years, Arnie. You leave me on a race course and you bring him back to find you married that stupid bitch.
Look, I'm married with a kid, and I'm going to stay that way.
Arnie, you broke my heart. And I love you.
No, Letty. You don't love me. You just love the life that happens round me.
You are my life. I do.
Look, listen. You're an old friend. That's why I'm trying to sort you out of life.
I know I'm nothing, Arnie, but you can't play around with my life.
What? You've done so good with it on your own? What the hell else do people do but play about with other people's lives, eh?
People usually ask, or say excuse me or something.
All right. So I'm short on courtesies. But you've always got a choice. If it gets unbearable round me, Letty, you can always sod off. But if you stay, you're going to get your life interfered with, I promise you that. You're going to get dragged along with me, up or down. And eventually it's going to be up. You know that. That's why you're here. Listen, you're on my back. You're welcome. Love, you're very, very welcome. But don't expect jockey club rules. It's going to be a rough ride. I'm no thoroughbred, love. I'm more your uncouth, shaggy pony. Lou, look after her, eh? Tell her. Trying to get plastered.
Did it work?
Well, I managed it from the legs down. I've got unreliable legs, apparently.
You are hungry.
No, starving. Huh? I like eating in the kitchen. I was brought up in the kitchen, wasn't I? I should have stayed in the kitchen. That's where I've been going wrong.
What are you talking about?
Listen, there's money-made girl that never sees a fancy office. And you'd be surprised how big a wad of dirty pound notes there can be in the arse of a pair of raggy trousers.
Sounds irresistible.
What? Shapiro!
What, the undertaker?
Yeah, that cantankerous old swamp.
Oh, Arnie.
Well, he's got it if anybody has. Whether he part with it without an anaesthetic remains to be seen, isn't it?
You can do it.
You, boy, put some elbow grease in that.
I am doing, Miss Shapiro.
If I come down there, boy, you'll better be sweating.
Shapiro, eh?
Inside that.
Oh, cheers.
I don't see you for months. Nobody passed away maybe brings you around here, I'm sorry to say.
Don't get excited. Nobody's passed away.
You're looking for good second-hand clothing. Well, who isn't with tailoring the price?
Do you think I'd wear that, Rummel?
2 minutes I've seen him already. He can't wait to start arguing price with this big show of indifference.
Well, I don't want your dead people's clothes.
Well, the truth is, they don't seem to need them.
You know, I've got to hand it to you, Shapiro. You've got a good act work out here. Let's face it, who believed that you was in the money?
What's he talking about? In the money?
Shapiro. It's me, remember?
You should believe how bad the business is.
Which business? You get practically everybody that dies round here.
For which I have to employ a Christian and buy him a tall hat to look gloomy in. And then the gun is drunk half the time.
And that's only the one business. As soon as you've left with a coffin, your wife's round here like a black streak, making an offer for the furniture and clothing. How is she?
In good health, what else? It's the temper she suffers from.
Ah, well, you can't win them all.
She's been a trial to me. But give her her due. She can buy and sell.
You know, I think it's time you took things easier.
With a temper like hers, you think we should spend more time together?
I think it's time you spent something. Only a little bit. Not throwing it away. An investment. You couldn't tell me there was somebody in there.
Get him to invest.
It might be easier. Ah, Shiva.
What's he doing here?
Looking for money.
Well, you put it boldly like that, it sounds terrible.
You're right. It sounds terrible.
What did he die of?
You're dead, you're dead. Does it matter?
Yeah, it matters if it's contagious.
You want a lid on him?
I'd love a lid on him.
Shapiro. Lid. Now, what else can we do for you?
Well, put the lid on.
Please, is there anything I can do?
Yes, by God, there is, madam. Tell him to give me a call. Tell him I came to apologize. Damn sorry about that.
About what, Mr. Crane?
Being hauled away from your party the other night. It was going to be a damn fine party. I could feel it.
Won't you sit down, Mr. Crane?
You should see some of the waxworks functions Mrs. Crane drags me to. I have to watch slides of missionary activities on the Upper Ubangi. Can you imagine?
Oh, my husband will be delighted you weren't offended at the party, Mr. Crane.
Offended? Because the lad was sick? Oh, no. What kind of a party is it if nobody's going to be sick?
I'm afraid Mrs. Crane was offended.
Oh, well, Mrs. Crane has a natural aptitude for being offended, which is why I tend to shelter her from certain aspects of my activities.
Oh, Mr. Crane.
My rolls, for instance. Have you seen my rolls?
No.
It's a beauty, but something that Miriam would loathe at first sight, which is why I have to keep it at the office.
What do you mean she doesn't know about it?
Oh, good God, no. I have to, dissemble. See, when we go out together, we go by carriage, you know. Clippity-clop.
Clippity-clop.
And I have to maintain this fiction of my undying affection for the horse.
Oh, Mr. Crane. Won't you have some tea?
Do you know what I would really love, Mrs. Cole? Is to give you a spin in my rolls. And do you know where I'd like to take you?
The studio?
Mrs. Cole, you're a creature of rare insight and imagination. I can't wait to see round your studio.
Thank you.
Shapiro, are you going to carry on racing through life at this breakneck speed?
I should be in a hurry to lend you money.
We could have walked here quicker.
The kind of riff-raff walks.
Look at a sign, Sam. Look at a sign.
Signs we got. A bit of paint, a bit of wood. See one sign, you see them all.
You have to arrive like the rag and bone man.
Whose car's that?
Your banker's here.
Crane?
Yes.
He's hooked?
She can't get enough of us.
You.
People are staring.
Where is he?
He's inside, watching the shooting, loving every minute of it. Who are the people, Arnie?
Shapiro, Madam Shapiro. Don't knock it. There's a lot of money there, too.
What, they're interested?
Well, he's a bit nervous, but she's a film goer. Twice a week, never misses. We're in business, my son. Don't stand there looking Wells. We've got a film to finish. Where's Letty?
She's on her way home.
What do you mean on her way home? We've got a banker for her to meet. Go and find her.
I don't know if she'll come back.
Go and find her, Lou. Don't give me a hard time, right? Please. Come meet the Shapiros. And smile, damn it. Don't let them think there's anything wrong with the film industry. This picture business goes so fast, it has to give my horse a heart attack.
Yeah, I ain't never moved. He's solid as a rock. It's you that's nervous.
Picture business.
Victor, Mrs. Cole.
You married him?
Yes, Mrs. Shapiro.
You got nice teeth. You want to see nice teeth, Shapiro? Look at the lady. He won't clean his teeth. Clean the teeth.
You're still awake? What's the matter with you?
You know, I think it's going to be a good picture.
A bloody vacant, cold, unblinking stare. You see what we've been playing to, Eddie? A moron with the glass eye. Knocking my brains out for a mechanical machine. You can't even talk to it. Hello! You see? The bastard's dead. We should never have left the holes, Eddie. I was good.
True.
I was good. There was nobody who could move like me.
Music hall's not what it used to be.
Eddie, have you got me in the viewfinder?
You think so?
Right. Start turning.
Right.
This is it. Especially for Mr. Arnold Bloody Cole. Oh, it's upside down, isn't it? Turn it that way. Otherwise he'll have to stand on his head. That's it. Now, I've got somebody else down here. Just a minute, Eddie. That's the right way. That's for Mrs. Arnold Bloody Cole. And now for the cheeky postcards bit. Just a minute. Get it off. That's it. Down comes the bloody lot. How's that, Eddie?
Of course, I'd have really liked him to come up and riding up and snatch her into the saddle. But who's going to lift Gwen Harper without a pulley system?
There's some great routines in here. Did you ever see my clothes horse routine?
Clothes house, no.
It's in here somewhere. Just an ordinary clothes horse. Where the hell is it? I can't find it. Can't find a damn thing anymore. Breath, speed, timing, funny. Funny. Whatever happened to funny? Oh, God, Eddie. I don't find anything funny anymore.
Talking! Out! Fire!
They're going to make me look at him. You've got all the courage it takes, Cora. I don't want to look at him. I know. I was waiting for him. I expected him to come home drunk again. I was ready for an argument. Not this.
Coming in, it won't hurt you.
Oh, Jack, I've never been in a place like this before.
Come on in.
I had no idea you were bringing me to the mortuary. What's that smell?
Use your smelling salts.
I haven't got them with me. You dragged me out in such a hurry.
Cora, we came as soon as we heard.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Jack.
If there's anything we can do.
Yes, there is, Mr. Brewer. You could rouse a publican.
At this time of night?
Of Cora could do with a drop of something very strong.
Oh, yes, Jack. Let's go and rouse a publican.
You know, it's been my experience that as a breed, they don't take kindly to it.
Mr. Brewer, Cora has a very unpleasant duty to perform.
Oh, dear.
When the policeman finishes in there, she has to identify the remains.
Oh. You got any smelling salts, please? Not now, Lily.
Perhaps your wife could do with a breath of fresh air, Mr. Brewer.
Yes, you are right. Yes. I'll take her out, yes. You see, she's not very strong. She just wondered if there was something she could do for Cora, that's all.
We understand. Thank you.
There we are. Look, why must you faint now?
Such a terrible pain.
See, that's not just Corky Brown down to a crisp in there. That's our whole career gonna end smooth. Please, you've got to stay on your feet. Rouse a publican. Where am I going to get a drink at this time of night? See, you've got to be nice to people. And that's not something you can do unless you stay on your feet. Listen. We need people to think of us with gratitude, as helpful, pleasant, unemployed. You see, Lily, when people look at you, I want them to see an actress, not just a lump on the floor.
I'm sorry, Jack. I know I'm not good at facing
I know, but
things.
there's no piano down here, and you just can't burst into some...
I don't want a piano. I may not be good at facing things, but I am not totally insensitive. We must help Cora. She has far more to face in this terrible building than I have. I'm not going to faint, Jack. And I don't need any piano jokes. Courage, Cora.
You know, I never really noticed before what a nice couple they are. Arnie, is that a burn?
Nah, it's all right, don't worry.
What have we saved?
4 reels of film. The 4 reels of the highway when we sent off for processing. The rest, cinders.
How's Eddie Marco?
Sober. Very, very sober.
Oh, Arnie.
That's it, go. Let it go. Go on, let it go. That's it. Let it all out.
We were nobody's idea of lovers. But I respected him. I owed him that. Oh, Arnie. He was good.
Listen, love. When he was on form, he was poetry. He was a sad, vulnerable, evil little twonk, but... yeah, he was poetry.
Mrs. Brown?
Yeah, listen, does she have to go in there?
I'm afraid it's necessary for purposes of identification.
What? You think I couldn't identify him? How many dead 4-foot comics you got in there?
It's all right, Arnie. I'll go alone. He never liked people to see him when he wasn't looking his best.
I mean, that's it. Finished. Wallop. You don't expect Shapiro or the bank to lend me any money now, do you? Not the only asset I've got is a pile of cinders. Oh.
Does it hurt?
Yeah, of course it hurts.
That's it. Be brave.
Well, I'll pick myself up. I always have. But never with a wife and kid before. I mean, what am I going to do with you two?
I'll earn, I'll keep.
Oh, come on, Maud. How? I mean, look at you. You look more and more like Queen Alexandra every day. Being broke's never going to feel natural anymore. Poverty's not something that you can carry off successfully when you're married to Queen Alexandra.
Well, stop moving about, Arnie. Other people's husbands remain still. In fact, many of them seem to do very little else. There. You'll need a haircut.
What for?
A funeral.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He'll rate a big send-off, wouldn't he, Corky? Corky.
Look, Arnie, I don't know what I expected from our extraordinary marriage, but certainly never a bed of roses.
Oh, come on, love. You'll be lucky if they leave us a bed. Never mind the bleeding roses.
I never anticipated for 1 minute that things would go smoothly between us. And my God, I was right. I've had more rows, more anxieties, and more laughs in our small time together.
You think I'm hilarious?
Your tactics. You think you're so damn sharp. I've known businessmen sharper than you. What kind of businessman has a fire and loses money on it?
I know about that sort of fire, don't I? Just tell me how I'm going to make a profit on this one.
You want to know how? Yeah. I'll tell you how. Corky Brown's a national figure. It's bound to be a prestigious funeral. So, Shapiro does funerals. In return for setting us up again with a lot of his money, maybe you can arrange for him to do the funeral.
You are beautiful.
No, Arnie, please.
Here, hold up. Something else. I'm going to need £2.13 and fourpence.
What on earth do you need £2.13 and fourpence for?
Is this the way the marriage is going to go? Arguments all the time?
Here.
What's that?
What do you think it is? The wedding ring you bought me.
Oh, well, the thing about this is...
You mean it's not worth £2.13 and fourpence?
Well, I was going to get you a better one, wasn't I? What are you doing? What's that?
My hair.
That's bleeding obscene.
My hair when I was young. I had it cut when I was 20. It's very long. I always intended to have it made into a hairpiece.
You don't have a part with your hair, though, do you?
No, but it's quite valuable.
Oh, well, we'll buy it back, right? Listen, don't wait up for me. I've got to get hold of Percy, okay? Oh, sorry. Cheer up.
Quick, get the cord.
What's the rush? It's a funeral. Nobody rushes at funerals.
You do if you work for Mr. Cole. It'll be our funeral if we don't get that film on the London train.
And then what? Still got to be developed. There's no way they're going to see this in the London cinemas tonight.
Sad Galloway's going to process it on the train.
How's he going to do that?
He's got his chemicals in some milk churns.
There's going to be some funny milk about next week, eh?
Hello, Mrs. Cole.
Yes?
Crane here, Charles Crane.
Oh, hello, Mr. Crane. I'm sorry, I can't hear you very well.
I'm in London.
Yes?
Now, I've just seen the film that your husband rushed out on that funeral.
My husband's film?
Yes, it's in the cinema just a few yards from here.
Yes?
Now, I want you to tell him, Mrs. Cole, that his money is still available.
Mr. Crane, do you mean that?
Well, certainly I mean it. Anyone who's as quick off the starting post as he is seems to me a good financial risk. Tell him to get some new premises as soon as possible.
Right, I will.
Rightio.
Thank you, Mr. Crane.
Right, bye.
Bye. Oh. Oh, Violet, our luck's turning.
I found him in the ashes.
Violet, you've rescued Mr. Appleby.
I've polished him up a bit.
Oh, Violet, I think he's smiling.
Can't you get a move on there waiting for you? You can do all that when you get there.
Father, they'll be waiting hours for Gwen Harper. If they can persuade her to come back at all.
She is the star. From the star, they have to take a bit of hammer. You're just starting, girl.
Yes. And I'm starting as I mean to go on. They'll live to regret the day they ever sent for me on a motorbike. Are we going?
Clara, why can't you be nice? What's it cost to be nice? Wait until you're big, then you can be nasty to people. I don't understand you, sister.
Oh, another thing, I want very good ads in the newspapers. Yeah, get someone alive on that, right? And tell them, I want to see all the copy before it goes out, okay?
Look, get Gwen Harper back, use charm, anything.
Yeah. Yes, we need, cable and lights. All right, fine.
You might have to use a bit more than charm, perhaps a bit of extra money.
Well, Gwen Harper's asking for more money.
She's not asking for anything.
I should bleat no, sir.
I'm asking for her.
You can't handle her without an open checkbook.
Listen, I bleeding have. I have handled her quite ruthlessly. And as a consequence, she's now turning in a major performance.
I haven't seen it.
Well, I have. I've seen the film. And whatever he's done to the woman, it's worked. The talent is still there. She's passionate, seductive, and real.
Bert, you clever soul.
Now what's happening?
It'll only take a minute. I don't care how long it takes. I just want to say, Clara, how splendid it is to be out with you again. Just the two of us.
Oh!
You're right. There's nowhere for me to bleeding well go anyway.
Thank you, Nanny.
Nanny? Luckily, I've talked Gwen Harper into finishing the picture. Otherwise, we'd have had you in front of the camera.
Get along with you.
Well, the back of you anyway. Look at
Arnie, you're not even ready.
Yeah, I just pressed me trousers. I'm waiting for them to dry. Here, listen, do we have to go out?
Yes, we do have to go out. You've lived and breathed your pictures for months. You've given yourself no rest and none for us. I don't care where we're going, but we're going out.
All right. Here's your ear back.
You brought it back for me?
What kind of unscrupulous prong would sell his own wife's ear? Cost me £5 to get that back. It's only in there a couple of pounds. See, I needed the £2.13 and 4p to buy some film and hire a camera. Film Corky's funeral.
Where are we going?
Eh? Well, don't worry about where we're going. It's going to be a surprise.
Tell me. Where?
Well, there's a little filming at the Bijou that I think we ought to see. Well, it's packing them in. I want to... Oh, no more tango lessons, please. You crazy woman.
I must be.
You are.
Clara, more expression, darling. Gwen, move closer to Clara. Gilbert, faster! Faster! That's it! That's it! You actors watching this duel, let me see some expression. This isn't sword play or watching, it's a fight to the death. There's an audience out there waiting to believe in it, wanting to believe in it. The biggest audience the world's ever known. You are their magic theater. Come along, you celluloid shadows! Let's give them a thrill for their money.